President Biden arrives in France to commemorate D-Day as his executive action on the southern border takes effect. And one Major League player is banned for life after betting on baseball games. The Morning Rundown starts now.
From the Straight Arrow News Studio, bringing the stories that matter to you from across the United States and around the world. This is the Morning Rundown.
Today is Wednesday, June 5th. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kara Rucker. President Joe Biden arrived in France today as he will join dozens of world leaders and World War II veterans to commemorate the 80th anniversary of D-Day. The president's overseas trip comes as his executive order to address the growing crisis at the U.S. southern border went into effect at midnight. The White House says Biden's 5-day trip in France will include speeches at Normandy that will see the president focus on the importance of America having European allies, as well as the need for countries to stand up to dictators. While in France, Biden will meet with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky concerning the ongoing war with Russia and speak with French President Emmanuel Macron about both countries' continued support of Ukraine. Biden's stop overseas comes a day after he took executive action that has temporarily shut off access to asylum for migrants who cross the U.S. southern border illegally. Biden's order allows the U.S. to remove migrants from the country if the daily average of encounters tops 2,500. The asylum restrictions will remain in place until the daily average falls to 1,500. The last time daily encounters was below 1,500 was in July of 2020. In a speech Tuesday afternoon from the White House, the president said he made the move after a bipartisan measure failed in Congress earlier this year, putting the blame on Republicans and former President Donald Trump, as the two are weeks away from participating in their first debate.
Frankly, I would have preferred to address this issue through bipartisan legislation, because that's the only way to actually get the kind of system we have now that's broken, fixed, to hire more Border Patrol agents, more asylum officers, more judges. But Republicans have left me no choice.
Biden said the order will help the U.S. gain control of the border, but it is facing criticism. The American Civil Liberties Union calls a ban on asylum illegal, and House Republicans say the move is, quote, a desperate political stunt in an election year. You can find more of our coverage on the executive order now on the Straight Arrow News app. Testimony continues today for the first witness in Hunter Biden's federal gun trial. On Tuesday, FBI Special Agent Erica Jensen testified about text messages, bank records, and writings about Hunter Biden's drug use. The case centers around whether the president's son bought a gun illegally while addicted to drugs. Prosecutors played excerpts from Hunter Biden's audiobook memoir, which he narrated himself as he detailed his struggles with crack cocaine addiction in early 2018, just months before buying a gun. They say he purposely lied about his drug use on a federal form in order to buy the gun. His defense did not argue Hunter Biden's struggles with addiction, but said he did not lie on the form. Rather, he misunderstood it. They say he was not actively on drugs when he bought the gun, which is why he filled it out saying he was not a drug user. The trial resumes later today with the FBI agent returning to the stand as the defense finishes up its cross-examination. Prosecutors are then expected to call Hunter Biden's ex-wife, Kathleen Buell, to testify. New Jersey held its primary elections on Tuesday amid the criminal trial of Senator Bob Menendez. Andy Kim, a 3-term congressman, defeated his Democratic opponents to win his party's nomination for the U.S. Senate seat held by Menendez. Hotel operator Curtis Bashaw won the Republican primary. Though Menendez is on trial facing corruption charges, earlier this week he announced his intentions to run in November as an independent after saying he would not seek re-election as a Democrat. Menendez has said he hopes to be cleared of the charges in the summer. Meanwhile, the son of the embattled senator, Congressman Rob Menendez, won his race as he looks for a second term in office. AT&T says it has resolved a nationwide service outage that kept some of its customers from making calls to other wireless carriers. On Tuesday, AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile said they were all experiencing technical issues, and customers in multiple states, mostly in the Northeast, said they were unable to complete calls, prompting the Federal Communications Commission to investigate. AT&T says it's fixed what it's called an interoperability issue and has credited customers a full day of service for the inconvenience. This is the second time in just 3 months AT&T has experienced an outage. Major League Baseball has banned San Diego Padres infielder Tucupita Marcano for life for betting on the sport. Marcano, sidelined this season with a knee injury, was found to have placed 387 bets, totaling more than $150,000 on baseball games, 231 of which were on Major League games. MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred emphasized the importance of this enforcement in order to maintain the integrity of the sport. Additionally, the league has suspended 4 other players for 1 year due to their gambling activities. The last Major League Baseball player to be banned for gambling was New York Giants outfield Jimmy O'Connell in 1924. Finally this morning, some news is being made around the breakfast table. For the first time, a pregnant woman will be featured on a cereal box. Kellogg's announcing that cookbook author and chef Molly Boz will be on a special edition of its Special K cereal as part of its Special for a Reason campaign. Boz recently made headlines after a billboard of her promoting a breastfeeding supply company was reportedly pulled out of rotation in New York Times Square. Kellogg saying, as part of their collaboration with Boz, the cereal giant will be donating $25,000 to the United Way. These are your top stories for this Wednesday. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Until then, I'm Kara Rucker. Have a great day.